All right. Good morning, YouTube. Good morning. You know the Delphi case. Let's talk about this real quick. I got a couple things I got to do here in a little while. We got rain coming, as you can see out there. So the Delphi case is exploding, right? People, oh my God. But we knew about this. And here is the thing. How did these people know this information before this information was even released from the police? That's the big question. As you notice, there's a hashtag on this one. I'm trying something new. YouTubers that were involved, turn yourselves in. Now, here's what I know. These guys started rolling on each other, right? These YouTubers. There was a big war going on with Greeno, Harmon, and Sunny Delight, or whatever her name was, and a couple other YouTubers were battling back and forth, right? How did these guys know that information before it was released from the police, right? A lot of these guys were talking about the sticks. Thank God one of the guys was wrong about it. There were sticks involved. We knew that. We knew there was dolls involved. That's what they were talking about in the videos that were out in the beginning of this case, that little dolls were scattered around the bodies. And these guys took confidential information, Morning Tahoe, that nobody knew about, folks. How did they get that information? Right? There had to have been a leak somewhere. A lot of things did come, clues to people with half a brain. The police were trying to let us know with some of the things that they were saying in the press release. Okay? We knew there was numerous people involved because that's what Sheriff Carter said. He was even questioned that in the press release. Right? So this whole Odin thing and all this crap and all this stuff coming out, I don't know about that, folks. You know, I live out here in Indiana. There is a problem with these dang cults or people worshiping witchery and sorcery and everything. It was even on Discovery Channel, or is it Discovery, with the Amish witches or whatever? All the paranormal thing and everything like that. I'm telling you, this is what happens when you let things go way too far. When you don't tighten up on a society. Well, now we got a bunch of these idiots out there practicing this Odinism and witchery and sorcery and sacrificing people and everything. Right? Here's the interesting thing, though. Here on this channel, we always knew it was a big ring. We always knew that these people that these police were picking up one at a time were involved somehow, or part of this gang or club or whatever they were calling it. We might as well start calling these some of these YouTuber cult leaders or cultists or whatever. And it's shocking now. Everyone's coming, oh my God, you know, some of it was real. Yeah, some of it was. No, we had a couple of these YouTubers that were saying that there was stuff carved on the tree, right? There was carvings in the trees out there of K's, right? Not F's, but K's. And in the beginning of the case, I told people, well, hold on. Don't get too out of hand, right? Don't get too crazy, because in the wilderness, when they're cutting down trees, they mark them trees. Also, when they are doing property line surveying, they also go out and mark trees. I've seen tree guys go out, surveyors go out there, and they'll mark a tree, whether it be with a knife or they'll take an axe and put a groove in it, or they'll even take spray paint and spray paint the trees or the tree line where the property lies, or even if it's a developer and they're coming in to develop property, you'll have a surveyor go out there and he will mark the property off either with spray paint or he'll mark the trees somehow. Some people do it with a ribbon, a yellow or orange ribbon. Some people use spray cans. Some people actually take an axe and mark the tree, notch it, whatever, to mark things. So we didn't flip out too much about that when they were saying there was marking in the trees, because we know that's an area that once did have trees on it, but they might have been out there marking the property or whatever, and so we really weren't going crazy on that. We were more going crazy on how did these people know that there was marking on the trees out there. They carved it into the trees. That one idiot on YouTube was saying the bodies were all carved up, penetrated with sticks and their private parts and everything. We know there was sticks there used now, from what they're saying. And here's the big thing, if you believe everything you see on YouTube. Meaning the documentation that these people are reading is fraudulent. That's another thing we got to look out for. Fraudulent paperwork. Now, maybe I should leave this hashtag, if there's even a hashtag on this thing. I'm trying to use other things in YouTube. I haven't figured it all out. But if you were involved in this, which it's starting to see, these guys were crumbling right on camera. I believe that this was something that these people did and tried to turn it into something it wasn't. And we might see that within the court because we're not seeing everything. And then again, it's an ongoing case, folks. It's still an open case. The case hasn't even gone into trial, and he hasn't even been convicted. It's still an ongoing case. And there is a good chance that he is an scapegoat. The fall guy, the patsy. I'm thinking we got some of these YouTubers that were probably doing very bad things and got caught. And once we put a little bit of pressure on them, a little bit of time, a little bit of pressure, they started cracking on YouTube. Very well possibly could be. Right? A lot of them took off. A lot of these people did live in Indiana. And once the story broke and the heat was put on, they all boot scoop boogied out of Indiana. I mean, it's starting to make sense of what's going on here. Who can you believe in the Delphi case? Nobody. You can't believe nobody in the Delphi case. Even the information that's being put out right now, documentation, court documents, faked. Right? We've seen court documents faked before. Fraudulent data, fraudulent. It's been compromised, whatever. But now that it's out, now that they're turning it into some occult in Indiana, well, we got problems, boys. And now we got a big group of sickos that we're going to have to reprehend and bring in. The only thing I can see out of this is mass chaos down south in Indiana. And for some of these YouTubers. Now, I'm going to be honest with you, folks. I've lived out here for 30-some years. Longer than that, actually. My grandfather moved out here, and I used to come out here and visit him. I never once heard of this Odin group running around here. And I heard a lot of groups. I've seen a lot of groups running around here, a lot of clubs and everything, biker clubs and stuff like that. But I ain't never heard anything about no Odin. Now, the Odins I thought were a biker club, which I think that's what we're seeing here. I think this little biker love affair that these couple of these YouTubers and these people have, this little organization club gang thing, uh, got out of hand down there. Right now, they're trying to turn it into some secret society, the Odins. Right here we go into Harry Potter again. You know, this whole magical thing and everything, witchery and sorcery. If this is the case, folks, they're going to wipe out America. We can't allow this in our country. I'm sorry. We can't even let our children even be taught by any of this. Don't let your children listen to any of this crap these other YouTubers are talking about. This witchery, sorcery, the devil, and everything. This is what happens, folks. This is exactly what happens to a country. You are watching the demise and crumbleization of a country, of a civilization. When you allow things like this to happen, to be put all over the media and everything, these people are not in the right frame of mind. They're nut jobs. Even Richard Allen, and some of the videos he did, and these guys are not acting. We've asked them, is this a skit? Is it a movie? Are you guys? No, we're real this, we're real that. It's all real. It's real. We're real police. We're real bondsmen. We're real bounty hunters and everything. And the truth came out that they weren't. All made up, probably to cover up what exactly happened down there. I think one of these people did belong to a gang, organization, club, whatever, secret society. They got their ass in a ringer, and the rest of these YouTubers and idiots came to his rescue, or because we know there was more than one person involved in Delphi. And they came to his rescue, their rescue. So all these people that were, we've seen that crime community in Delphi collapse on itself. They cracked on film, on camera. They were attacking everybody with alt accounts, ghost accounts. They should turn themselves in. The hunt has begun, folks. This won't go away. They'll be hunting these people down for a long time. Now that it's out, there's a chance it was the Odins, the secret society or club or whatever. I've never heard of them. I've heard of the outlaw biker clubs, the Banditos, Hell's Angels, henchmen, the warlocks. I never heard of I've heard of the Odin's biker club, but not no secret society, witchery, sorcery stuff. And I think that's what we're looking at here, folks. I think this whole case in Delphi was led to make it look like it was something that it really wasn't. And it's sad, because now we got to wipe out a whole civilization of a country because this is what these people do. Right? It's unreal. Now, we're interested in these YouTubers that were helping these people orchestrate this madness. How did these YouTubers, get that information, release it before it was out? Before anyone knew. The only way was they had to been there. And they made it out to be, or made it out to believe, that it was something else that it wasn't. And that's sad. No, I'm not saying anyone in particular, but a lot of these folks are being watched now. And I don't blame them. I don't blame them. You know, and I do want to thank Sheriff Carter down there, because he tried to tell us exactly what was going on. Right? I do believe. And here's the thing: everybody's well, the police came out and said that them people have nothing to do with this case. Well, how many times have we seen the police tell you folks something because they want you to think that? And all along they've been watching these people. That makes sense to me. Does it make sense to anybody else? Probably not. But as far as I'm concerned, it's an ongoing case. And we have linked it to a ring organization, whatever it is. And here's the thing. Abby and Libby are not the only kids, women, and people that have died down south there in this Delphi, Lafayette area. And there is connections to all them 4 or 5 black people, African American people that died in the house fire out there. Now they're saying there's connections to that with the Delphi people. And this is probably what it was, man. We got an idiot or a bunch of idiots out there hell-bent on revenge because things didn't work out the way they planned in their life, in their love life, whatever it may be. And they're just taking revenge on anything. And I don't think it's happening that way. And they're talking about this other guy that was brought up in the Delphi case because he had photos on his Facebook page years and years after the girls were already dead. And people are trying to link him to it and build this case around them. Well, it's possible. If that's the case, then I guess Richard Allen might have been a scapegoat or might have been a witness. He was there. Now, we're also wondering who is this witness that they're talking about? A YouTuber that was a witness to this stuff, or something. There was something in that documentation saying that there was a YouTuber that was a suspect, but then also somehow became a witness or something like that. That's shocking. All I can say is when you got mass chaos like this in a case, this is how organizations are created. They're opening the door for these organizations. This secret society, this witchery, sorcery stuff. We're opening the door to it, allowing it in our country. And this is nothing new. It's been going on for centuries, folks. Right? This is why these people don't do it out in the open. They do it in secret spots. They do it in their own basements, in their own homes. Yeah, I would say there's a problem down there, down south, and everywhere in Indiana. I'm thinking maybe this root evil did come from Indiana. And it continues to go on. Now, why? I have no idea. But I think there was numerous people involved, and we always said that on this channel. And you can go back 6 years from now and find my videos, and we knew that it was all a line of crap that these folks were talking. And how did these people get this information? How do you know? And I kept asking a couple of these YouTubers, how do you know that? That hasn't even, where's the documentation? You can't prove, you can't produce the documentation, but yet you folks are saying this is what happened. Right? That sticks were involved, that the girls were carved up and fingers were chopped up. Well, thank God they weren't decapitated or anything like that. But there was sticks involved and there was letters involved. Now we know that some of these people out there in YouTube land have been pushing this. There was a map that someone drew on a Facebook. A guy on Facebook drew this map, or some people that, I don't know if that's true. A lot of people are looking at that. And I don't believe it to be true. I think somebody leaked this. These people, I think it's a group. How would they know? And that's what I want to ask some of these YouTubers and people is how did they know about this letter, this map that was drew? And it also had writing on it, no rest for the wicked, right? Which is an old saying, but there's also a music song out there that has lyrics to that, right? No rest for the wicked. So we don't know what kind of idiots these people are. I don't believe it was the Freemasons. I don't believe it was the cartels. I don't believe this is honestly what I'm leaning towards is one of these girls were sexually active. Someone found out about it and something happened. Right. That's what I'm starting to get at. Now I know Keegan Klein and all them were talking to the girls under a fake account and doing photos or whatever and might have lured them there. But that's the whole thing. I think these girls were lured there strictly for something because there was other people there that day, folks. The same time the girls came up missing, there was actually people on the trails that were seen, and there was reports made of that, but yet nobody heard any screaming, no gunshots, nothing. So something was fishy about this case from the word go. And it's sad. And if you are one of them YouTubers that were involved in this little ring, this little thing that they were doing, I would suggest you turn yourselves in because I think they are getting the teams together. I think finally I think Indiana and the United States has pretty much had enough of these people. And I do believe they are organized. They're getting together and organizing teams to go out and pick these people up, no matter where they took off, right? Two. And I don't blame some of these government people in Indiana that are just sick of it. Right? They're sick of these people, and a lot of these people that are coming from the accounts over here attacking us are involved with other YouTube channels. Now, we do have proof that some of these YouTubers have been using their YouTube fan base and their viewers and subs to attack other people. And we've seen that in the Delphi case. I've had numerous people over here attacking me because I didn't go along with their little plan. And we are seeing that. We've had a couple YouTubers come out and threaten people. They have a big following with their subs and viewers. And so I'm thinking we're on the right track here in America. We found the axis of evil, Lord. What do we do with it? You want us to decapitate the monster, the beast? In Jesus' name. What do we do with these people? What is it? What kind of sign you send to me? What do we do with these people? We found the axis of evil. We need look no more but our own country. So, my condolences to all the families, to these idiots. What are you telling me that these girls were sacrificed? That they're sacrificing people to demons and devils and whatever? This wasn't a sacrifice to God. Yeah, we got a problem in America. Congress, Senate, Pentagon, hold on to your boots. Pull your britches up. This is going to be a wild one. This is going to get pretty crazy. Right? This is what we're dealing with. This secret society organ. Everything's turned into clubs, organizations in America. right? So I would go ahead and I would somewhere, it's lying somewhere. The answer to this case is within a close knit of people around that family. Somewhere within that family, something went wrong. Whether it be friends, uh, parents, whatever it may be, something happened within that community. And I think it lies around there, maybe, or something with being lured there by these people. How do you not know your child is sexually active at 12 or 13 years old? At the time of the murders, I think they were only 12 and 13, or 13 and 14 years old, something like that. The time of February 17 or 2017, February 13th. I think they were found on the 14th, but so something's going on in this crazy little world of that we live in. It's just nuts. Let me refill my coffee. So, what do you folks think on this case? I know a lot of people are saying, "Don't listen to me. You don't know what to talk." We're right on target. I believe we are. We have these people in our sights, and I believe we're just waiting for the okay. We know that these people. It was a bunch of people. It was a cover up. It was sad, but also true. Some of it wasn't. How did SH? How did SH know all this stuff before it ever happened? Right? How did they know all this stuff? How did these YouTubers know all that? How did Michael and all them know that? And Greeno and all that? How did these guys know that crap before anybody knew it? Before the police even put it out? Right? We're 7 years now into this case, 8 years into Delphi. There hasn't been one arrest. It's just been going around in circles and circles. It might be a cursed case. These idiots might be worshiping the devil, and there is actually a curse on this case. That would explain why we always go into a coughing fit or feel like we're being attacked by something or choked or whatever whenever anybody starts talking about this case. Right? Whenever anybody starts talking about the Delphi case, crap goes crazy. Now, there are some other YouTubers that were connected to that one idiot that we are interested in talking to. That them themselves, some people say, that look like the sketch. Right? I think we're onto these idiots. And they did it to themselves, folks. They really did. How did these guys, how did Curly J, how did all these guys know about that? How did they all know about this thing? Well, Curly JK is claiming that he was friends with Sean Harmon. Right? I don't know about that. I have no idea. I don't know these guys. A lot of these guys were already questioned in the case. How did Curly JK ever get even involved in any of this? Probably because he was friends with one of these idiots. Who know? We know Michael Capp was questioned. We know that. We know he was questioned. He came out and did a video on that. We know Greeno was questioned on it, right? He came out and said he was questioned on the case. We know Harmon and them. Well, I know they wanted to talk to Harmon, but I guess Harmon took off. And here we go again. We got these people in here. Well, Harmon's on his way to LaGrange, so you best hunker down. Right? That's the thing. People are pissed at me, and I'm like, I had nothing to do with it. I don't even know these people. They claimed, I noticed that these people claimed they knew everybody on YouTube. I'm like, no, that dude's, I've seen him on YouTube. He came into my chat. Do I know these people personally? No. And this is the stuff that we have been talking about, right? People coming into your chat, attacking you or saying stupid stuff or whatever, that is connected to one of these channels. They're a troll from another channel. We know that. And here's what's interesting is they're doing it. If the government was smart, they would be tracking these people, tracking what channel they came from or what community they come from, who's telling them to do this stuff, attack us. I don't know. Could the most biggest ring ever? Probably. And I do believe YouTube, these people are using YouTube as a cover to divert you folks away from the truth. Very well, possibly. Where are all these kids going? This is sad. I do believe it is a curse. Or a spell. I really do believe it. Now, I did see Anthony Greeno claims that he practically solved the case. If that's the case, congratulations, Anthony Greeno. Enjoy the $360,000 that the reward was, right? Congratulations. If that's true, he solved the case. Well, congratulations, Greeno. Congratulations. Good job. But I don't know I don't know if that's true or not. And nobody believes anything anymore on social media or anything. No one will ever trust these people again. These people made fraudulent documentation. They deliberately photoed up photos and put it out. This is the guy. Well, I'm seeing 4 different guys in that video, in that face, right? Right? The videos that they were putting out, we were seeing, some of us YouTubers were putting it on slow-mo, blowing it up on big screens and putting the photo through different colors, infrared, all kinds of stuff, changing everything to try and find out what was going on. But actually the photo itself, the way they photoshopped it, the way they created it, manipulated it, it was many people. So that might have been a clue from one of these YouTubers. Hey, this is the guy, but this is also this guy that was involved in it, right? Very well may be, here's the big thing. One of these idiots are trying to hold out for what? A movie. deal to make a movie about it. But we've already seen this movie. It's already been produced, folks. The movie's already been made. We've seen it years and years and years ago. Right? And that's what we're dealing with. A bunch of nut jobs. Bunch of nut. Now, do I think a secret society would do something like that? No. If they did, they're the most stupidest secret society ever, because they drew a lot of attention to themselves. Most stupidest organization I've ever seen in my life. Now, people are saying, wow, the Freemasons do stuff like, not with children. Do you understand that? Freemasons only kill people that are messing with their organization, within the organization, like bankers, lawyers, sickos that maybe know too much about the organization. They don't kill little kids. Okay? Get that out of your minds, folks. And if it was the Freemasons, they would have left a note pinned on them. This is what happens when you kill a Mason or you mess with a Mason's family. But Masons, Freemasons, real Freemasons, were builders, not killers. And that's what I think these people are trying to do. They're trying to take this organization that was secretive, whatever, and put the blame on them, maybe. Right? Because we did hear SH say it was the Masons. We heard him say it was the biblical group that he belonged to. We heard SH say all kinds of stuff. Maybe.
We are unavailable to take your call. Please leave a message.
Go on, leave a message. Go on. I didn't think so. So what are we seeing? I think so. And you know what? Paige Turner. I have no problem with Greeno or Suhana Vanna, whatever her name is. She used to be in my channel and be a mod here. Nice little lady. I got no beef with her, but you don't need to talk about them in my chat. And that's how we know something's going on from one of these channels, right? They're promoting Greeno and Savannah Wanna or whatever he put in there. I don't know, but this stuff's going to come to an end real quick, folks. You're going to find out that this is serious shit now. I wouldn't put it past that teams are being built right now to go out and pick these people up, no matter if they're man or woman. This is just ridiculous. Right? And this is going back to a Manson family. You know, we've gotten a hold of some people and we've told them, hey, these are we're dealing with another Manson family down there. I wouldn't doubt it if some of these people might be linked to the Manson clique down there. You know, Charlie Manson was from Indiana. Yeah. I get his last name, Maddox. Yeah. No, I don't know if I could say it's true, but all the documentation and investigating and watching these stuffs on Charlie Manson and everything. Yeah, it's some of his people still are alive. So could it be something like that? It could be. I think though it was. I'm sticking with it. It has something to do with that family and the things maybe that family was doing, or somebody within that family. Something happened. It was made to look like something other than what it was. Why not any of what about the 20 girls and the people walk up? Why didn't the killer take one of them girls? Right? They have a lot of explaining to do. Richard Allen is the only man there. Well, what about Keegan Kline? What about Chadwell that was doing videos saying he used to live underneath the bridge, the Delphi Bridge. What about all these videos that these people put out before any of the information was even put out? They got a lot of explaining to do. There's a leak somewhere within the police force, or one of these YouTubers these police trusted just a little bit too much. And it could actually wreck the case. It could actually wreck the case. That's what's sad. Do I think these people been hacking our computers? And yeah. Yeah. Sure as the day is long. It's what they do. Boy, I shouldn't have answered that message. No, everything's screwed up. All right. So, yeah, I think it's bigger than we'll ever know. They led us to believe it was someone else when really it was this psycho people out there. You know, there's been reports that people cooked meth out there under the bridge. People went out there and partied. Hunters, fishermen. If you ask me, and the whole place is not supervised. There's no police driving around there. There's no cameras out there on the trail or anything. There might be dare cameras, hunter cameras, whatever, but nothing connected with the authorities or anything. It's just madness, folks. It really is. You know, there was reports and videos being made that there was a trail cam out there that picked up the whole thing, the whole murder, whatever. You know, where's it at? You know, they're not going to tell you that until it goes to court. And this case hasn't even gone to court yet, and all this information has been released. Well, how are you going to try him when everybody knows? Now they've drove him absolutely crazy, they're saying. Either he did it and he knew there was more people involved, and they drove him crazy deliberately. Why? So he didn't tell the truth. Or he had nothing to do with it. He might have been out there. He might know that area. He lives there. That's a well-known area for people to go and hang out. But he didn't do the murders. The people that did do the murders and created this madness used him as a patsy. Possible. Very possible. Internet's messing up like crazy. So that's what I'm thinking is something like that's going on down there. Good morning, Debbie. Good morning, Deb. Oh, you can leave them there so it's proof, Debbie, that they're idiots. But that's okay. Debbie's just doing her job. So, like I said, you know what? I'm thinking about releasing everybody. I'm going to release and I know I got some of these idiots, these jokers in my lockup. That's why I'm getting attacked so much, folks. Do you understand? I got some of these idiots, and they keep changing their names back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. But you know what? If you're listening, I might let all you guys go. I've had them locked up. Debbie said I've had these people locked up for a while. What's the longest we can? Now I know Tahoe's going to be released. Tahoe's always here. He's been here before. It was a mistake. right? They were playing jokes. They were all drinking one night. They were playing jokes on me, changing their names back and forth on their channels. I was trying to do a video. I wasn't paying attention, and they got locked up. They were joking around. So I'm gonna I don't know. I have to talk it over with my main head mod, the main head mod, and see if we're gonna let these people go and start all over again. If I do let you folks go, please let this be a lesson. I know a lot of you lost your channels because you couldn't. I had you in lockup, whatever, you're afraid or whatever, that we were gonna hunt you down like animals. And well, Uncle Ted wanted to hunt you down like animals, but I convinced Uncle Ted not to hunt you folks down like animals, but he wanted to. But I did. I told him, that's all right, Uncle Ted. Let's get back to some great music and great guitar licks. But I might let all you folks go. I probably got about 30 people in my lockup. I know Debbie's saying Tahoe's the one with the red shirt. I know I got a wolf in there, Tahoe the wolf, too. I looked last night. So it's very possible people were using Tahoe's account, his photos, and making fake photos, fake accounts in Tahoe's name. Now we apologize to your Tahoe, but you can see the mix-up that we had. We had a lot of Tahoes in her, so you can see how you got mixed up. My apologies. I can tell you what. I want to thank you though for keeping my yard in line. I know Benny Keys. People were pissed. People were scared to death of Benny Keys when he was in my lockup. Benny was running the yard. People were scared. I'm like, it's just YouTube lockup. They're like, Benny's in here. I'm like, oh no. And some of these guys were leaving me messages. Please let me out. Benny's playing music at night. I don't know, he's talking about, let's get it on. Oh, baby. Let's get it on. I don't know. But anyways, I want to thank Tahoe for keeping it. Benny, I want to thank Benny Keys for being in my lockup. He did run the yard for a while. He got these guys confessing all kinds of stuff. It was me, Johnny. Just let me out. I'm like, Benny's in the yard. Benny's in the yard playing music, looking at these guys all crazy-eyed. I want to thank you for scaring the heck out of my yard, Benny. Now, I might be letting all these people go. Hopefully the government did their jobs and everything. Tahoe's back. Tahoe, we're going to be letting you out. I think I'm going to let everyone. I'm going to talk it over with my head mod. Right? I put a lot of trust in her. And my mods. I'm going to talk to my mods. I'm going to put trust in my mods. We let them all out. We're going to let Tahoe out no matter what. Tahoe, you give me your word that you won't come in here after a hard night of drinking and out of boats and hoes and keep changing your name. And give me your word you won't do this again to me. And I'm going to let Tahoe out at least. At least Tahoe. At least Tahoe. But here's the thing, Tahoe. Do you really want me to let them out? Because I might be letting out not the real Tahoe, the one that's been causing all the trouble from another channel, right? Why? Because Tahoe was in my channel. Tahoe was in a couple women's channel. And it could be, Tahoe, that somebody from one of these women's channels, Tahoe, is jealous of us. So they went ahead, cloned our accounts, and we're attacking people. Does that make any sense, Tahoe? I don't know. But I'm thinking that we've been getting attacked from these people at Delphi for a while. I think there's more to Delphi than people will ever know. I think some of these people got their in a ringer that were part of this whole group, this whole club, this whole whatever it may be. This whole Sons of Odin or whatever it is, this whole magical mystery tour, bunch of idiots. This is how cases get thrown out of court. This is how killers and rapists and child kitty traffickers and cuckoo jobs walk free. Right? We'll have to see exactly what happens in court. Now, they are saying this stuff in this documentation, but there's no photos to back it up. I can sit there and put on, this is the court of Delphi, Indiana, and create a giant defense paperwork, right? If you got the intelligence and the copying machine and the paper, and you know about law and everything, you can create this mess. Right? They're saying that this is what happened. And a lot of people now are saying, well, is there any photos that we can see to back up what this documentation is saying on the Delphi case? I don't know. A lot of people, I wanted to see the photos and listen to all the videos, and people said I was a sick, disturbed person. And I'm like, how are you going to solve any case without seeing the proof for your eyes? Anyone could say it was the Sons of Odin, right? They placed a couple sticks on top of the girls in a certain way. It's this organization. It's that organization. They could say anything. Where are the photos to back this up? That's the question. So I agree with some of these YouTubers. Where's the photos to back up this documentation? We have caught other people in other cases making fake fake documents, all for a YouTube story. There's been a couple YouTubers that have done that, right? How do we know this information? It hasn't even gone to court. He hasn't even went in front of this case hasn't even, it's flabbergasting. And it might have been designed that way, folks. They're trying to show that this great organization or club or whatever they belong to is untouchable, right? I think that's the message they're trying to say to us. I say, get ready. The earth's going to shake. That's all I can say. Now, like I said, there was a big war going within the Delphi community with a couple of these YouTubers and a couple of the ladies out there. I don't know what happened. I have no idea, but I know it broke out into a war within these YouTube creators. Even me, they were attacking me too. So somebody must have struck a vein and got really close to this case. I think a couple of us did. We didn't believe anything that was told. The police told us, if we don't release this information to you, do not believe it. Right? Do not believe it. If the police did not release the information, it was fake information. So a lot of people were thinking, well, maybe this is within the police force. They're trying to keep a secret or something. They don't want us to believe anything that's out there. They only want us to believe what the police say. This has turned into a crazy case, folks. Let's see what Debbie's saying. I wish I knew more about this case. I've been reading a lot into it. it's been crazy from the word go. Right. I got into this case a little, almost like a year into it. I knew about it because it was all over the news. Right. Someone came into my chat, asked if I would check out the case. I started getting into it, watching it. Uh, and from the word go, from watching it and a couple of these channels, I was like, something is fishy here. And I told the people that asked me to check out the channel, like, something ain't right here. And it wasn't. And it remains to this day, right? So now there must be, we got people coming in here and they keep attacking me about Greeno, Ernie Shell, Savannah, which Savannah was a mod here on this channel, and she was a nice little lady. She chose to go to another channel. That's her decision. But a lot of people have been coming in here now saying, well, Greeno was, Ernie Shell's dating Savannah. This guy. Folks, we really don't care who's dating who. All that goes to show is our theory was right. They all knew each other. They all communicated with each other behind scenes. An orchestrated story, an orchestrated diversion away from really what was going on. I don't know, maybe a prostitution ring. I don't know. I have no idea. Drug cartel, whatever. I don't know. I don't hang around with people like that. Sorry. But it's interesting. It's got more interesting. It's going to be phenomenal. It's going to be incredible. The earth will shake. It's a case where people are just so fed up with this. When we knew about it in the beginning, we knew something sick and disastrous happened, right off the bat, because the Sheriff Carter came out and said it was just, we're not going to show all of the video or recording. We're not going to show all the recording because it's just too gory. The girls succumbed to their death on that video. So we knew right off the bat that it was crazy what they did. We also knew that something was going on, that it was a staging, because the way Sheriff Carter said in the press release that the girls were not that way when they were dropped off at the bridge. That's not the way they were dropped off. So either Sheriff Carter knew that the stories that were out were wrong, and it was not as these YouTubers or these people were putting out. The other thing is maybe it was. Maybe it was, and Sheriff Carter was telling the people the girls were in great condition when they were dropped off there. That's not the way they were dropped off, meaning they were deceased, dead. So there was something there. There's a clue there, right? The girls were not that way when they were dropped off. Interesting. All right. Well, we're going to get back more into this case, and we're going to read more of this documentation. And I do agree with some of the YouTubers. Is there photos to this to back up the documentation? Because the documentation is talking about photos, Exhibit A, Exhibit B, showing that there's photos or documentation of this. Well, we got to see that. All right. I want to thank my great mods. I want to thank the great mod, Debbie Fox. I want to thank Paige Turner for stopping in. You will be counted as a viewer, as one here. although you might get deleted. I want to thank Tahoe. I'm going to go and retreat to talk to some of the mods and see if I don't let all these people out. Now, hold on a minute. I gotta go to the bathroom real bad. All right, I'm back. Excuse me. But this is what happens when social media gets too crazy, and we don't know. I don't know what happened there, folks. It's obvious something horrifying happened that day. I don't know if it happened at the Delphi Bridge, but something horrific happened to them, two girls that day. And a lot of people think it's just madness, and I do believe that that's the way they wanted it. So therefore, the truth really would never come out. Uh, and that's just my opinion, and these are my theories on things. And we are allowed to have that. We are allowed to think what we want to think. It don't make it right, but we're allowed to think that. That's our right. All right, I want to thank all these great people for stopping in, 3 or 4 of them. And like I said, folks, we are starting to see that the United States government, Federal Bureau of Investigation, Homeland Security, and all the terrorist squads that were created to hunt down these people uh, are now telling the truth, folks, that America's got a problem. Right? We got a problem. Our kids are coming up missing. Women are coming up missing. Men are coming up missing. I'm not going to be a part of some sacrificial country. Right? I can't do that, folks. This has gone crazy. Really, they let it get way out of hand. Now, you folks have a great day. We got some rain coming in today or tonight. Be safe. Keep an eye on the weather. God bless you all. Thanks, Tahoe, for coming in. Tahoe, if you're still there, do you understand my way of thinking that I got people in my lockup that might have cloned your account? Do I really want to let them go if you're the real Tahoe? That's what I'm trying to figure out here. Do you really want me to let these people go when these people might have been taking your photo, Tahoe, and using it? Can anyone hear me? Is anyone paying attention? Nobody cares. Debbie just said, have a good day, Johnny. I'm out of here. Right? I don't know. All right. I'm done with this video. You folks have a great day. Be safe. I'll talk to you later. And don't believe everything you hear on YouTube, folks. We've already seen these people make fake videos, photos, and documentary or documents. He just wanted the red shirt. He just wanted his red shirt back. He can give 2 craps about the account. I don't know. I have no idea. Tahoe, if he's still listening, does he really want me to let these people out? That's the question. So I have the fake Tahoe. The fake Tahoe is in my chat right now, Debbie. Is that what you're saying? Somebody better start talking something. What one is the real Tahoe that This is serious stuff, Deborah. Oh my God, these little ladies. These little ladies are going to be the death of me. The real Tahoe is in my chat right now. Is that what you're saying, Deborah? I got to revert to calling her real name, Deborah. Like I'm her adult or something. Deborah. So the real Tahoe is in my chat right now. Yes, the real Tahoe is in my chat. Then why do you want me to lock up or unlock the Tahoe that's fake a Tahoe? There's too many Tahoes in this world. I gotta weed through these Tahoes and lower this. I gotta get this herd of Tahoes under control. There's too many Tahoes. I gotta weed through this herd of Tahoes. Find out which one's the right one. This is unbelievable. I wish I had me a woman with brains here to operate this whole YouTube thing for me. Where is she, Lord? Send me an incredible, beautiful, sexy, smart woman to run this YouTube thing. All right. You folks have a great day. Be safe. God bless everyone. His alt stuff is in the red shirt. And now we have the proof. This is all the proof that we needed. They're using alt accounts. This is phenomenal. You learn something every day. This should be, right? This should be on T20. The amazing Tahoe, the eighth wonder of the world. How did he get himself into this? We're going to investigate here on Dateline. Date. It's unbelievable. All right, you folks have a great day. Be safe.